Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of One Piece, which is on 724. This episode was pretty interesting. It was dragged out a bit, I won't deny that, but I think it ended off on a good cliffhanger in a certain sense. I was expecting it to end off in that manga cliffhanger when I read that chapter, but I guess that did not become the case. But that is okay too. So let's just get started. Okay, at the beginning we have to it that Luffy gets stuck in a sticky situation because of trouble, and that became really terrible for Luffy. He could not even get himself out of there, which is understandable in a certain sense, which is really ridiculous. I don't even know why. But he could not even hit trouble, apparently, and that was pitiful. And therefore, before Doflamingo wants to put any hurting on Law, we have to it that Law insults Trouble by saying, "Oh, he's just some paper machete or something," or said something in a language that's really offensive to Trouble. And Trouble uses his mucus to stick Law down to the ground, and therefore Trouble brags about the past or backstory about Doflamingo. Doflamingo, of course, was given power of revenge, so Doflamingo kills his father, takes his head back to Mary Jo's, and they rejected him, and they almost killed him, and therefore, Treble, Virgo, Pika, and Diamante decides to follow Doflamingo and become his subordinates. By the time when Doflamingo got hurt, they killed the person that hurt him. They destroyed the town that's uneven. They rob, they steal, they pillage, they burn, anything you could imagine. It shows the backstory of how the Don Quixote family started, and it was pretty awesome. And Trouble ends up bragging, and says, "We are family of equal. He is the true absolute king. What the heck are you talking about, And Law's like, "Equal family? Are you kidding me? First off, Doflamingo is just using you as a small little small time puppet, first off. You're just following. He's pulling strings on you, apparently. Y'all know what I mean by that. And you're just following his orders. He's just using you for his own purpose. He doesn't give two crackalacks about you." And this upsets Trouble, and Doflamingo's like, "Yo, do not fall for this trick. He's just provoking you." And therefore, Trouble gets really ticked off, and therefore, Law activates his room, and Doflamingo's like, "Hey, get out of there. He just has room on there." And Trouble's like, "Oh, don't worry. This guy is so stuck. He's half dead. He can't do anything. He's stuck." And therefore, Trouble was about to slam his stick onto Law's throat or stab it through, and Law used his move Tactile, but before he used Tact, he says, "I'm a captain too. If I leave Straw Hat Ya to you guys, I will never be able to face my subordinates or I lose my prestige, And therefore, he used Tactile, sliced up Doflamingo using Sternburn knife, and Trouble is shown to be a skinny old man or something, which Luffy was shocked about because he could not land a hit on him, which is just hilarious. And therefore, Trouble screams out, "Damn you, Law! I'm taking you down with me!" And therefore, sets all of his mucus aflame, and boom, blow up. But we have to it that Luffy managed to save Law out of there, and Luffy passes Law to Robin, and Robin catches him, and apparently Doflamingo uses bullet string, and it ends off where Nico Robin stares in terror or in horror that the bullet strings are gonna go after her or hit her and Law. I'm thinking in my mind, no! But I think that I think this cliffhanger was way better than is pretty good, And next episode, oh my gosh, I just saw the preview of a picture after it ended its preview. If that is to come, I am so excited. This had better not be trolling me, If it doesn't show up next week, god dang it, Because sometimes One Piece usually has its random breaks at certain points without letting us know, which could be upsetting at certain points here and there. But either way, this episode right here was pretty cool. The way how they adapted it from the manga, it's a little bit more filler with a couple scenes here and there. But I think it did its job to show how the Don Quixote family became how the family came to be and how ruthless they were, etc. So it was pretty awesome. Nice to see a couple things here and there, and I had a lot of enjoyment watching this episode. So I look forward to the next one. I'm really excited. If that event is coming, oh man, I'm gonna freaking like scream and go, oh yeah, kind of thing. So if anything else, I'm just gonna leave it at that, people. I'll see you guys in my next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye bye.